Happy Fragrant Friday, fraghead. Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy, coming at you with a new review. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Happy Fragrant Friday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If nothing else, I always hope this channel is the channel that welcomes you to your weekend. So, you've seen the title and you've seen the description. This is none other than, of course, Wonderwood by Comme des Garçons. And before I start in with the actual review itself, I want to welcome all the new subscribers since last Friday. You know, since last Friday, we have had an absolute typhoon amount of new subscribers, and I really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Every week I do 4 episodes generally. I do one full English review like this one. I do one very, very quick English review in one take with no editing. And then I also do one in Spanish and one usually in Portuguese. So welcome aboard. I really appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like the content in this channel, forward it on to your fellow frag heads. Okay, so let's dive in. Typically, I start with nomenclature when it comes to the fragrance. I don't have too much to say, actually, when it comes to Wonderwood. I guess the only doubt would be, will he or will he not break out in song and start singing Oasis's Wonderwall? And the answer is no. All 33 of you have contacted me and asked me no longer to sing, so I'm not going to do that. So this is Wonderwood. It is not Wonderwall by Oasis. So it's also, the house is Comme des Garçons. Comme des Garçons is, of course, means like the boys in French, but it is a Japanese company based in Paris. So that's the nomenclature. And then just a couple other things too. Real quick, you probably noticed the style of the review. I'm doing something a little bit different this week. I'm still playing around with my new laptop and all the microphones and headphones, etc., etc. In August, I'll be making a few changes. So I thought I would just shoot this review out this way really quick. And so it made me think, though, because you guys know that I like Al from Street Sense. I started watching him, and he was the first reviewer I was watching years ago, and every once in a while I break out my inner Al. So this week I'm sitting above the camera looking down, and I'm sitting here quite close to the camera with no microphone. So what reviewer does that? Starts with a J, last name starts with an A. No? Okay. From Bangladesh? There you go. You. Joy Amin, correct. So this is my inner Joy Amin today. One of my favorite reviewers. I really enjoy his channel, so make sure you check it out. But then again, you probably already have. So when it comes to the notes, here's what you're going to get with Wonderwood. You're going to get a lot of florals. No, I'm kidding. Of course, you're going to get a lot of wood. And so here are the notes that I picked out on my skin. Definitely got, and it's not all of them, by the way. The Fragrantica, the note listing will be in Fragrantica. You can check that out. This is guaiac wood, cedar, oud, cypress, and something was getting at me that was very fresh in it. I see now it was the bergamot, and I'll talk about that in just a second. There's also some patchouli, as well. So here's the thing. This is a 2010 release from the perfumer Antoine Lee, who did, of course, one of my, I guess, a very unique fragrance. And I almost wonder if this has similar to that one, which is Cyber Garden by Costume National. So he did that one, and I think he did Armani Code, if I'm not mistaken. Antoine Lee. So this is... I think here's what I think he had in mind for this. I think he was trying to create a very distinct or distinctly masculine wood. And I think he was trying to add some freshness and make it energetic as well. So did he accomplish that goal? Actually, he did. I really appreciate this fragrance. In fact, I will say now that to me, this has one of the top 25 out of all the fragrances I've ever smelled. Could be a tester strip at the department store, or it could be owned a full bottle. It could be I reviewed one of the samples on here. Out of all the fragrances I've ever smelled, this one easily makes it into my top 25 initial blast list. So when you first smell it, it absolutely smells divine, because you pick up the cedar and you pick up the oud. It's a very clean oud, by the way. And then, or I guess medicinal. It's not a dirty oud. And so then all of a sudden the bergamot comes in, and I think there's something else that's creating the freshness. I wasn't able to pick it out though, but there's got to be sandalwood, and there's got to be something else, because this one has a very distinctly fresh element to it. And so it is a huge compliment getter. I can totally see this being in your rotation if you're looking strictly to smell very nice and get compliments. So those are the notes. But really, what this comes down to is a well blended, woody based fragrance that includes enough fresh notes that it really adds to it and makes it invigorating and energetic and fresh. As cliche as that may sound, it does actually. It has a very uplifting spirit to it. It's not dark. In fact, I have to tell you, a lot of people have noted that this is similar to Encre Noire or Encre Noire à l'extrême. I would have to disagree. I think this one is the Encre Noire is for the goth emo folks, a little dark element to it. That one to me is what you would think of when you think of a very dark woods. And this one is not this one. This one has a very fresh element to it. In fact, it's eating at me too. Maybe it's Cyber Garden, but I'm almost thinking like green Irish tweed. It's got to have some notes that it shares with that one, because it is very, very fresh. So if you're looking for a woody fragrance but you don't want it to be too dark like Encre Noire, I think this would be a fantastic choice. Top 25 initial blast all time for me, 5 out of 5 there. But then we get to longevity, projection, and sillage. So here's the problem I'm having. I did not get the longevity, sillage, and projection that I was looking for in this fragrance. So there are two possibilities. Number one is this fragrance just is subpar in those areas, or you could say, well, this is just a sample, and you're putting it on, however you're using dabs. There's not even a sprayer here. If you had a full bottle, you would get better projection, sillage, and longevity. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to say that to me, this one. In fact, wait, hold on. I'm not going to give away the rating yet. It's going to be a cliffhanger, folks. So when it comes to longevity, I got 3 to 5 hours, closer to 3, unfortunately. And I put a fair amount on. You can see here that I kept just a very minimal amount for today's review. So that's longevity. Duration, projection was always about an elbow's length away. I couldn't get more than that, and sillage wasn't much of anything. So, as I said, two things are going on here. This is either that's the way it is, or it's a limitation only because it is a sample. So if you have a full bottle, I would love to hear from you and know what you get out of it in terms of duration, longevity, and sillage. So now, when it comes to gender, I think this is, to me, this is a clear masculine. I wouldn't consider this ultra masculine, but I would say it's right in the masculine zone. And so I think you're probably going to see about 75% people who actually own the bottle, 75% men and 25% women. It's extremely pleasant. So there's, of course, a woman could pull this off, but I think, again, you would see the vast majority of people owning this bottle would be men. I would consider this a classic masculine fragrance. So, and age group, I would put this at 25 and up. So yeah, I don't see too many college guys wearing this. I think this would be a slightly more mature, and I'm going to say 25 and up. That again, if this is your signature scent, let me know what you think about that, if I'm correct or not. So now let's get to season. This is going to be a fall winter fragrance. This could be, though, with the freshness, this could be something that you could pull off, except for the intense heat maybe. But again, it has a fresh quality to it, so I'm going to say definitely fresh, definitely fall, winter, excuse me. And I would even add spring to this, and I would say unless it's really, really hot, this would be something you could wear almost all year around. I mean, I sampled this all week, and it's quite hot out, and it definitely isn't too cloying at all. In fact, as I said, I had the opposite problem. You guys know, I mentioned before that I come in and out of the outdoors a lot, and so a lot of fragrances don't last so much, and yeah, I just wish I would have gotten a little bit more in that regard. In terms of occasion, I think in an event, you're looking again at a lot of good news. This is going to be a highly versatile fragrance that could work for you, whether it be at your during the day at the office or during the night, for practically anything, and very, very high versatility. I think they have a specific mission here, and I think that they've met that, which is to create the best wood-based, woody fragrance that yet is still incredibly fresh and invigorating. I really appreciate that about this fragrance. So, rating 5 out of 5 based on the initial blast, easily. After that, though, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to say 4. I know. I'm going to say 4, but we're going to put an asterisk next to it, or I should say an asterisk next to it. And we're going to say this. If, in fact, the longevity, projection, and sillage are outstanding in a full bottle with the sprayer, then I would definitely bump it up to 5. I really enjoyed this fragrance. Absolutely love the smell of it. If, in fact, though, that this is a true representation of the fragrance, and even though it's a sample, you're not going to get much better than 3 to 5 hours in terms of longevity, and it doesn't project, it's not a projection beast, and there's hardly any sillage, then I'd have to actually keep it at 4. So we're going to say 4 out of 5 for Wonderwood by Comme des Garçons with an asterisk next to it. And so I will hold on and bump it to 5 out of 5 if I later find out that it was much, much better in the full bottle. Please let me know, because it would mean a lot to me, because I absolutely love, truly, since I started this channel with the reviews, this is actually one of my favorite openings of any fragrance that I have reviewed. So there you have it, folks. A robust 4 out of 5, possibly even a 5 out of 5, a to be continued episode, if you will. And please let me know. All right, folks, there you have it. This is 4 out of 5 for Wonderwood by Comme des Garçons. I'm going to go 1 on each side of the neck and 1 on each wrist for now, reserving a possible 5th if, in fact, you guys let me know that the full bottle was much, much better in the categories that I mentioned earlier. All right, here we go. 4 out of 5 so far. 1. Boom. 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 And here's the 5th one, just in case I change my mind later. Boom. All right, there you have it, folks. Another review by the boards. Absolutely enjoyed this one, and I hope you're doing well. Take care. I look forward to seeing you next week, and always remember, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. Okay, so 4 out of 5 so far for this fragrance. So we're going to go 1 on each wrist and 1 on each side of the neck. This is my second to last week with the Lucky Samples, so which means, of course, 1 more week left of doing the kind of awkward dabs, and after that I will go back to spraying.